mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. One chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
I know it has been a minute, gang, but look, I had to hop on camera so y'all can see new vicinity, new scene, you know what I'm saying? New location. A lot has been going on in the past month or so because it's too wild. And I wanted to give y'all a proper video to break down everything, but you know, once the chapter drops, like, I gotta get that out to y'all. At the very least, that's something that has to be done. Now, my initial plan for like an explanation video was cut short because in the midst of, you know, relocating, but I don't know how to word it properly. A lot of summertime activities has been partaking, and you guys know Joker's Guild has been something I've been stressing this year, right? Joker's Guild. I started vlogging the past month. I started vlogging this summer, so a lot of my time has been on camera, vlogging.
Talk to me, Chad. I've been fucking up on the vlog shit, but we finna make our way out to B&B. You can hear my voice. Look at the.
I only got one video up on the other channel. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below. I'm getting ready. I'm editing right now. I'm gonna post my next video, and it's gonna be a full vlog, probably part 1 of the vlog on Joker's Guild. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the link for the channel in the description below, and I'm gonna also leave the link for my co-channel runner, the Weird Dreamer, for his Twitch, so I could catch his streams. But I've been vlogging, heavy vlogging, and then on top of that, I've been hosting things. I threw a party recently. I lost my voice. So then the week I wanted to like hop back into reality, I made a post. I'm like, okay, he's back. You know what I'm saying? But like, I woke up, I'm like, I started sounding like this. And y'all don't want to hear me sounding like this. So I was like, all right, we're going to wait. My voice still is not 100%, but I was like, we're going to wait till we snap back to reality 100%. But man, it's like, it's so much, a lot. YouTube channel moving, and still a whole lot more going down in the middle of the summer. But as for like Black Uchiha's hiatus, that's really it. Like, it's not even on some, I took a break from you. I just been on different YouTube antics and different YouTube shenanigans. So I'm still very much in the content creating mix. But Black Uchiha, I gotta be honest, he had to take a step back in order for Joker's Guild to, you know, step onto the scene. So at the end of the day, once we continue moving forward, the balance is gonna be there between both channels, and eventually the growth is even gonna be even more astronomical. But yes, Joker's Guild, fuck with your boy Boruto, chapter 12. Fuck all that other shit though. Fire. Nah. Crazy. Probably the longest fight chapter we've had in Boruto, I would say, since either the Ishiki or the Boro fight, because those two fights particularly were very long fights and took place over more than one chapter. Even the Naruto and Delta fight, that was like almost 2.5 chapters. But this was, even though it only lasted one chapter, it was damn near the entire chapter, and it consumed a lot of pages, and a lot of interesting and fan favorite things was going on. So first of all, how did I perceive this chapter? One, y'all need to stop playing with that nigga David, because if Boruto's doing this, you know what I'm saying, that means David's doing that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this nigga Jura was moving very menacingly, and I'm really torn between the middle with Kawaki, because I ain't gonna show up at the end and take the credit. But when he showed up at the end and took the credit, that's like the most logical thing you can do in that situation. I just don't like how the panel's trying to make him look that cold, like he was the one putting all this work. No, your shirt is ripped and the dirt is on your body from Jura beating your ass before. It's not from the work that Boruto, Konohamaru, and Sarada was putting in this fight. You just came and picked up the crumbs. That's all you did. But he pulled up, and you already know, I'm gonna give credit where credit due. Kawaki's one-liners are always cold. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, my nigga, you look like you're in pain. Let me help you out with that. You feel me? So I give him that. A very, very interesting chapter. Did I think Hidari was gonna get completely and utterly defeated? No, I did not think Hidari was gonna get completely and utterly defeated. And I think Hidari didn't think he was gonna get completely and utterly defeated. And I think, based off of what we've seen by the end of the chapter, right? Jura's realization, okay, Boruto now knows about the soul thorn bubs, which essentially we learned throughout the chapter is this thing that works as like the core for the Shinju. Now we understand back in the Kara arc, Every time you fought an inner, you had to find their core, you had to destroy it. If not, them niggas is gonna get back inactive, you feel me? So one of the main situations that they had to follow through with this plan on was their fight against Boro, right? And Boro particularly having a much larger core than you would normally see amongst Kara members. But now that we see Hidari get defeated, right? Blown to smithereens by both Boruto's Uzuhiko and Kawaki's Karma Blast, we see the Soul Thorn fly into Boruto's hand, and we get an idea of basically how the Shinju are operating. And then we get a little bit more breakdown from Boruto's word of mouth and some deduction from Sarada, understanding the way this dude Hidari is fighting has to be connected to her dad becoming a tree, right? Boruto didn't even have to break it down to her. And now once Konohamaru hears that, he's like, wait, Moegi became a tree. So does that mean, like, you know what I'm saying, when you put 2 and 2 together, Boruto's like, this guy was created from the source of Sasuke's chakra. But I think the best way to bring Sasuke back is by defeating this guy, you know, based off of my intel. And we understand the one who actually knows it all and seen it all, it's not Boruto himself and his past endeavors. No, he's going off of word of mouth. It's Big Dog, Mangekyo Gang, Uchiha Kashinkoji. He's the one, yeah, you know what I'm saying, the Soul Thorn apostle. He's like, this is the same one I've seen before. So now question, how did he see the Soul Thorn before? Whose Soul Thorn did he see before? Now, was it in the process of making it? No, because it appears based off of the current battle and, you know what I'm saying, Jura's dialogue, the only way to see the Soul Thorn is to either A, you know what I'm saying, the Shinju to tell you about it, or, you know what I'm saying, to defeat a Shinju. So how has Kashinkoji seen a Soul Thorn in the past? Very, very, very intriguing question. Now, Boruto does a lot of interesting things this chapter, and then it hit me by the end of the chapter because, boom, he got sniped. And it let me know Jura was the first person to land a hit on Boruto in 12 chapters, which is wild. Now, I'm thinking back, this whole kerfuffle between Hidari, it gives me an idea of the hierarchy between the Shinju. Now, either Hidari is having a mental block and he's really confused with life and he's gonna come back better and stronger than ever, or he might be the weakest Shinju out of all 4. Now, just for the benefit of the doubt, I might put the Moegi Shinju below him just based off of how we see Boruto react to them. Now, in all of the interactions with Boruto and the Shinju, Jura's the only one he hasn't fought. Jura's the only one who's dealt damage to Boruto. Now, we got that. Now, between Hidari and Bug, looking at both of those interactions, I think Boruto struggled. I ain't gonna say he struggled more, but like, he was more on toes with Bug. Versus Hidari, it was more so keep your eyes out, protect Sarada, make sure Himawari's. It was a whole lot of different factors playing on, right? As opposed to when he fought Bug, it was on sight, and then it was a quick 1v1. He was forced into a corner. Hidari hasn't necessarily pushed Boruto in the corner, even when he's going off of, you know what I'm saying, surprise attacks, popping up through the claw marks, right? Boruto still criticizing Konohamaru pulling out with the smoothest Rasengan barrier. He's like, yo, watch Himawari, even though he just established in order to do a proper Uzuhiko at full capacity, he needs both feet drawing as much chakra as possible from the earth, so he cannot be moving or flying around too much into that capacity, right? All of these understandings, and Boruto is still like moving in a way against Hidari in this battle. It's like, I'm stronger and obviously I can beat him, but it's the matter of actually beating him that's difficult. This dude regenerates, he pops in and out of claw marks consistently. He is a master, you know, manipulator at sneak attacks and constantly going back to the cube, you know, healing and popping back up at 100% and getting back to business. So Hidari is really sneaky in that sense, right? I didn't really get a sense of Boruto having struggled more so with Hidari's powers, as more so it's like the abilities, the sneakiness, and the fact that there's so many factors in play. Sarada is a target. He still has to constantly remind the sensory unit, Konohamaru, I know I'm a traitor, but like, focus, like, lock in. He had to tell Konohamaru 3 times this chapter, lock in, like, let's get to it. And he had to tell it, like, yo, just focus on the claw marks. Tell me where the chakra's popping up. So there's a lot of things playing into that. So I might go Jura, Bug, Moegi Hidari, or Hidari Moegi. But Jura and Bug top two, definitely top 2. But anyways, all of that being said, Boruto is not even maximum output of the Uzuhiko. What does that tell y'all? It tells me, 1, code ain't shit for real. Like, he used the baby Uzuhiko on code. Like, let's keep it a buck. And 2, like I said, this nigga David, because Jura, he's not even mad at like the power Boruto's displaying. He wasn't like, what's going on? What's this? It was more so like, damn, this nigga now knows what a soul bulb is, you know what I'm saying? So fuck it. And he got a nice little callback to the Jigen aesthetic, Jigen versus Naruto and Sasuke, right? Because Kawaki pops up at the end, blows Hidari to smithereens. I already told y'all, cold panel, cold shots, cold line. Now we have Kawaki talking to Boruto. And honestly, this is the most logical and like common sense conversation Kawaki has had with the man, because now we see, and Konohamaru has no choice but to see, okay, Boruto has been protecting, he's been defending. So soon as Boruto got shot, everybody's rushing to his aid. What's going on? Even Kawaki's turning around in a defensive stance, like, all right, one of us might get sniped next, eyes open. Sarada does the smart thing. She's like, he said that could save my dad. Let me go grab that real quick. She leaves Boruto and instantly gets shot in her arm. So it lets us know that this guy Jura is on another level, like completely away from Hidari. And it's real interesting to see who's gonna bring that. We seen what Himawari did. And it appears even versus Himawari, Juro was probably using maybe 40-50% of his power, and Himawari was putting in work, like major work. Now, one thing I can criticize about this chapter is, despite all of the little efforts, you know what I'm saying, I was impressed with the amount of inclusion with Sarada, but I was really like, damn, bro, I know she could have done more, and I know it could have been more and put in place in order for her to showcase her power, in order to showcase her growth, because I definitely got the idea, okay, she's doing these attacks that are actually harming Hidari. He's actually showing pain, actually showing signs of, you know what I'm saying, force or damage being dealt on him once he gets hit with Sarada's Chidori stream. She has the strength to pull this man out of a claw mark and toss him in the air. Now, we've never seen that done, only until Boruto for the very first time activated his pseudo true essence karma seal when Code explained it, and then he actually, you know what I'm saying, went into it, opened his Byakugan. Boruto managed to pull Code out of a claw mark, and that was the one and only time we ever saw something like that happen. Now we see Sarada is able to manage the same thing, but we already understand strength has always been one of her go-tos, aside from, you know, her Sharingan and her lightning release jutsus. But come on, bro, we acting like Sarada ain't like a mini like Academy. Sarada was out here copying jutsus. She was copying enemy jutsus like off rip. She was like, you doing that? I'm doing that. Fuck is you niggas talking about? Like, come on, I want to see her put in some work. I'm not disappointed that we didn't get to see the Mangekyo Sharingan. I feel like, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they're saving that for the very first fight with I'm standing on what I say. If Kawaki would have tried something slick in chapter 3 or 4, whatever, in that office against Sarada, would have punched his head in. I'm still standing on that. I am still standing on that, because it's like, we seen the damage Boruto's been able to do, and we seen the fact that Sarada, despite to what degree, is able to at least withstand a battle against a foe with support, with peers, obviously, in the level of Hidari. So it's understandable that the power increase and the growth is there. The showcase is something that has been lacking, so we don't know, especially when it comes to like Mangekyo abilities. But on what I said is what I have to stand on. Sarada would have punched his face in. After all of that being pushed aside, though, we had a little mini Team 7 reunion this chapter. A lot of crazy things, very, very heavily action chapter, minimal dialogue, a lot of revelations, some built upon that things that we already understood that didn't need to be said, but still was, you know, emphasized and expanded upon, you know, this chapter, like the creation of the Shinju and the creation of Boruto's jutsu, the Uzuhiko. I really got some Minato vibes. He was fighting like Minato all chapter long, and like I said, in 12 chapters, this is the first time Boruto has had a genuine hit landed onto him. You feel me? So like, it's lit. All in all, prediction wise, I thought it was gonna be a major reveal. I'm talking about major reveal like Damon popping up, but I guess you can say a major reveal. Hidari getting defeated like that was not something I expected. Completely, like, if his soul thorn would have never flew to Jura, Hidari would be no more in the story. Honestly, that would have been a sell on his character, so I understood why it had to happen the way it did. But it was very interesting for me to see that that's the route they took. So now we walking away with the dub on our side, because Sarada can look at the situation. That was her target. They just completely obliterated her target. She understands, okay, with the help of Boruto, probably, you know what I'm saying, with whatever he's been doing, because obviously he's strong enough to fight them on his own. Like, maybe I can get up there, you know what I'm saying, match that. But at the end of the day, they was in the heat of the battle. They came out on top. They suffered their losses, they suffered their damages, but at the end of the day, intel was gathered, knowledge was gained, and allies, you know what I'm saying, were, you know what I'm saying, gathered around. So it's a lot going on. It's a very lot. I'm trying to see what they're gonna do, right? So either Jura is gonna leave, Kawaki's gonna tweak out, snap. I don't know if he's gonna focus like, all right, Boruto's on the ground, this is my chance, and maybe this is like hype beast talking, maybe then we see Sarada like, yo, bro, he just protected the village. Mangekyo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you talking about? Like, watch out, chill out. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Chapter 12 was definitely a lot to digest. Not a lot of dialogue, which is what I said earlier. But as for the chapter, like, all in all, 10 out of 10. I already told y'all, I believe heavily since chapter 9 dropped, Kishi was gonna go a full 12 out of 12, no disappointments. These first 4, 8, 12, 3 volumes of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex was absolutely gorgeous in terms of storytelling, in terms of action packs, in terms of pacing, in terms of development, in terms of characters. I loved it, I loved it, I loved it. But now, I'm ready for Sarada to shine. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm ready for Sarada to shine. Boruto chapter 11, still my favorite chapter. Chapter, was it 4? My second favorite chapter, and chapter 7, my third favorite chapter. This chapter is definitely up there in the mix, but last chapter was too crazy though. The Bijou, Boruto's Uzehiko was wild. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all that. The paneling on that was crazy. This nigga made a tornado in the middle. Like imagine if Cole got hit with something like that. He's finito. And if he would have hit Cole with something like, I can't say we wouldn't be in this situation because the 10 tails were still there, the Clone Guardians were still made, but like, it's not looking, I don't know, man. This dude Cole gonna have to get on some steroids because Boruto essentially got his own spirit bomb. It's limitless. Like, cause to this day, if push comes to shove and Goku realize Saiyan ain't working, Blue ain't working, God ain't working, Kaioken times 150 ain't working, Ultra Instinct ain't working, fuck it, I'm a spirit bomb this nigga, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just need time to gather all the energy that I need, and I get the same vibes from Boruto and his Uzehiko. He's like, all right, bro, Rasengan ain't working, Flying Raijin ain't working, I'm cutting this dude with the sword, that ain't working, how about this? Uzehiko, you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that'll get the job done. I just need the time to gather the energy. So very much Spirit Bomb-esque vibes. Boruto need to gather the time, even though it's already been established, you know what I'm saying? That was a very powerful jutsu off rip. The more time he would have had, the more guaranteed he probably would have been in terms of killing Hidari. So very, very, very intriguing chapter. 10 out of 10, like I said. It's your boy Black Child. Stay tuned for more breakdowns. Boruto chapter 12 was fire. Let me know how y'all feel about the chapter. Comment below. Shout out to your boy, and I'm gonna holla at y'all. Black Child. Yes, sir. Ski.